It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following...
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Huh, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money.
Limousine, and every time I'm seen, I got to be clean.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
Guess he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Guess he destroy black boys. Guess he destroy black boys. Guess he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this. I just left a light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this shit.
Yeah, well. Gotta get a piece of mind. A little like magic. Said it feels like magic.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Your feet. He looked down, seen her feet. The nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously, in no time, switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
Can you?
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am, chilling.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. Group of you together, you never can tell who's who.
I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
My eye, plus I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply.
Dance with me.
business. Hold up. You don't know nothing about that shit, bitch.
First you tell us that it is manly to keep your word. All right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all that the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well then, show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well then, stick to your word. And let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man, you're a worm, you're afraid of us, you're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you. And if that's what you're afraid of us, then tell us that just what you're afraid of. But don't keep hiding it from us and holding this up to us, and every time we ask you for something, you give us a little bit of something, and it's all tokenism. We don't want tokenism. And there are most black men in this world that don't want charity. And yet still every time we ask you for something, you give us a little piece, a little piece. You're playing games with us. We're not children. We're big men. I've seen my father have to put up with all kinds of stuff. He was a big man. He raised a family. He went down south, and he had to go around to the back door with his wife. We're not asking for anything. We're not asking for any favors. All we want is what's ours. Now, there are many black veterans who are coming back, and they're mad. They're angry. Do you think that they're going to sit down through this? Our fathers didn't have the knowledge that we had. They sat through it. But there are other black youth that are not going to sit through it. We know about Che. We know about Fanon. We've read the books of Revolution. We've listened to Mao and his quotations. We know where we stand. We're not going to sit for it. We're asking, and if we ask and we don't get, we're prepared to stand up and take it. If I ask a man, I tell a man I am hungry. I tell him I am cold. And I ask him to do something about my condition. And this man holds a loaf of bread right in front of me so I can see it, and I keep asking him, I'm begging him to please give me a slice of the loaf of bread. I am hungry. Then it is known by every psychologist that the next step in the progression is I am going to knock him upside the head and take the bread from him. I'm not going to starve to death.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And you...
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky? You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God.
Don't know me want it, nigga. I don't mean to be out of line. Mean to be rude. I don't mean to be out of line.
What's all that noise? Oh, that's just Daddy.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
Come with baggage, just not ask Louis what's on.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like that.
Bitch niggas, hoe niggas, rich niggas, broke bitch. I told niggas this was on, yeah, right here.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. And they...
I think we OD'd. My word, can't be my equal, don't know what you heard. That's the difference when you're my baby, that's how it is.
You got to pray to God and tell God...
Now I think for the check, yeah.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out. Aye, aye, nigga. Aye, aye, nigga. Aye, aye, nigga.
Slapping folks is satisfying. She don't like me, but I didn't know. Guess it was underlying.
Some people, they feel like you almost have to sell your soul to get fame, or is it just hard work, or is it luck, is it consequence, is it?
No, most of us in sold our soul. We just called it something else.
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come in. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come in. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come in. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce.
To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the middle. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, that's my cue to come on in and greet everybody on this beautiful, super full moon. The moon was beautiful. Now it would be north. Yeah, north of the full moon is Saturn, or excuse me, Jupiter. Jupiter is north, north of the full moon. If you went out there and looked at it now, if you look north, you'd see Saturn. Saturn's out there. Depending on the way the horizon looks where you're at, lower than Saturn is Mars, and then you look slightly southwest, you can see Saturn. Saturn's out there. And we have the moon. The super moon is in Taurus, I do think, was what I just saw, is the super moon, or the moon is going into Taurus, I think. And so this is always a magical time. And as I always try to come on here and celebrate with everybody during the full moon, put out these positive energies, because it's like no matter what this is, this time the people have made this a special time. And so the people have made this energy that's 4 days before and 4 days after. And I think we're in a solar flare or something that really carries us through Halloween. And then, what's special about this moon being in October, the veil starts to thin a little bit. So people that normally can't get through, it's a little easier to get through. And again, we know that, the ancestors are easier to communicate with this time. So if you want to put some altars up to your ancestors, this month is a great month. Again, you can find what they like, candy, if they like certain liquors. You put these kind of things in your altars. And so, that's why I come in and I celebrate almost every full moon. And so I'm going to take some of this Palo Salto because I can't find my sweet grass. I don't know where it is. And clear some energies in here. My room is pretty well protected, but still, it's always good just to clear energies. And as I said before, out of a respect thing, you should never blow a flame out. When you have candles, don't blow them out, snuff them out. It's kind of a respect. It's respecting the fire. Oh, that looks kind of cool on there. As you see, I really won't blow this out. I'll kind of, I don't want to have a fire in this motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, give myself a nice smoke bath. So my energies, what I bring is true and sincere to y'all as much as I can be, as much as I try. Ah, yes. This has when I come in here after burning some, because I meditate and use this shit constantly. I get about an hour of meditation in every day. So, I clear these energies. So when I come in here, it's always smelling good. Always. Well, Dr. Sinister, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You got to have vision.
To come and fuck with me. I really appreciate it. I guess the first thing to talk about was the sorry game we saw tonight. I picked the Saints, so I'll take that L. I thought they could do it at home, Drew Brees night, but the Broncos have been playing a lot better, and I did kind of lean to that and say that they've been playing a lot better. But I picked the Saints. I'm going to take the L for that. Now, the baseball game, especially the Yankees, was a trip. So the Yankees go up 5-4. Was that it? 5-3. The Yankees went up 5-3. You throw a change up, a dude hits a ground rule double. Dude hits a double. It wasn't ground rule because it bounced back in. Then you telling me that you're going to throw a waist high, another change up so a dude can hit a home run and tie the game up. And then at the 11th inning, the guy hit a walk-off home run again on a changeup. So you see how they're trying to do it. Again, they want to extend the games. They didn't want the Yankees to sweep them, which it looked like they was about to do. So they let Cleveland back in, which was really bogus. And you could see right through it that what they're doing, that it wasn't a real contest, that they gave you a little suspense by the Yankees, taking the lead. But then to turn around and watch a dude throw changeups. The dude had good control and everything. And really, in this situation, you're going to throw a changeup right over center plate. And that's why, like hockey really does have something controlling the puck. We see the same thing in football. We see the same thing in basketball. But baseball, there's no need to have something to control the ball because the pitcher can easily, like if you've ever went to batting practice, the batting practice is, they're trying to, or like watch the home run derby. They're trying to give them home runs to hit. Batting practice, they're trying to give them pitches to hit. Or they're trying to work on what they're going to see. If the pitcher has a famous pitch, they have one of the pitching coaches that come out and they're going to throw him that pitch so the batters are used to seeing that pitch. And don't forget when during COVID, I was watching that Korean game and what the announcer said. Remember, the announcers is at home; they ain't in Korea, but they're announcing the game while they're watching Korea play. Korean baseball play. And what they said is if a player can't hit the curve, they don't throw curves to him. Now, if that, again, they're speaking off the cuff. It's 4 or 5 in the morning. I just got done doing the show. So it's 4 or 5 in the morning. So they're just speaking off the cuff. and they didn't think anybody. But that's what he said. The announcer said, if they don't hit the curve, they won't throw them curves. So if that ain't fixed, I don't know what is fixed. What's happening, Jamar 3224?
Got to have vision.
They're setting up the Yankees Dodgers. I think so too. I think historically, that is one of which they used to, when both of them were in New York, they used to call it the Subway Series, and it's arguably the two most famous teams other than the Red Sox playing. So yeah, I think they're going to set that up as well. I think the Dodgers end up winning too. The Dodgers won again today. It was what, 6? What was? Let me see if I can catch the score. What's that? You thought Jimmy S. Jimmy 8 or S? Jimmy B. What's happening? Or is that Jimmy B? What's happening?
Got to have vision.
No, baseball, all of them are scripted. I mean, if there's this is how you kind of look at it. If there's a betting line on a sport, then it's scripted. Now, one thing we have to look at is high school with NILs. It kind of looks like they're going there. And college has been scripted since its sensation. Again, if you want to see, if you doubt college is scripted, look at a Marx Brothers movie called Horse Feathers. And Horse Feathers kind of show you how all these different colleges is trying to pay these players for the big game, So, and the first pro player, Hugh Hefner, was playing at Yale, and then he got $500 to come play a local game with the local pro teams before the NFL. That's kind of how the first pro player played. So, but what did the Dodgers end up? Is they showing this? Okay. Guess we're gonna get a little bit in the morbid news too. Let's see. Let's see. Dodgers final score. Let's see. What was it? 10-2. Yeah, they won 10-2. So they're up 3-1. So one more game and they can sweep. I guess we can go right into the morbid news. Wow. I just caught this, and I know a lot of y'all don't know who this is, but in the morbid news, this chick, y'all might never heard of, but I watched her. She was never, and it's interesting. I don't know if y'all noticed this about Hollywood, but I think even less today. But like you used to see people, they'd have a 10-year run on TV shows. And thank you, Jamar. They would have a 10-year run on TV shows and never be a star. They would be in multiple shows. But you would see them get a nice 10-year run. So they would be, and then they would be doing commercials. And the same thing with movies. You see people that not necessarily a star, but you like talk shows was way more than what they have now. Like now, talk shows isn't as popular as it once was, especially daytime talk shows. What's that lady's girl's name? Jennifer Holliday, isn't that her name? Her show comes on 10, 11 at night. So ain't nobody watching that. They just must have a contract with her. But talk shows used to be way more popular. And you had all these semi-stars that were always on these talk shows. And the talk shows kind of made them more popular. And this is an example of someone that just died. And for some reason they released it. They just released this. But I know a lot of y'all ain't never heard of this chick, but her name is Mitzi Gaynor, song and dance queen with a razzle dazzle flair. She was 93. A vivacious blonde 1950s musicals such as South Pacific, a movie with Charleston Heston. No, not Charleston Heston. I can picture his face. Later gained following the razzle dazzle flair she brought to her TV variety specials and long-running cabaret. Died. Her manager confirmed that she did not provide. Again, don't give causes. What is his name? But no, I can't think of the guy's name that did South Pacific. A dancer, singer, and actress and comic impersonator since childhood, was much admired for her stamina and versatility over more than 7 decades in show business. She made her screen debut at 19 and appeared opposite leading man such as Bing Crosby, Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, but her films, 17 films for 59. She did 17 films in 13 years. By most accounts, abbreviated it because studio executives could not figure out how to cast her in her best advantage. She had a long leg, curvaceous figure that she flaunted in dance routines and also downplayed with an impish wink and court jester faces. She played a character who was supposed to be a sweet, adorable, but when she imbued with a saucy imbrance and chirpy delivery, as one of Gaynor's co-stars, Donald O'Connor, observed. Such a beautiful girl. Yeah, this is an old chick. Above all, she liked to poke fun at Hollywood trope regarding women being seen as either wholesome or seductive. I went through a very sexy period, she told author, for the 19-book Hollywood songstress. Boy, full of attitude, even my ears were sexy. I thought in lips, I did have everything. Practically used to put lipstick on inside my nose. I'd shave my eyebrows till I looked smoldering hot. But I knew the whole thing was kind of ridiculous too. So this was at her greatest. I mean, it's, I don't see curvaceous here at all. This looked like a skinny European. But anyway, spite and difference, she gained troop following second-rate musicals, even a Western for which she felt ill-suited as a non-writer. The film bombed, but she was able to succeed in part by happenstance in being Burt Lancaster. That's who she played in South Pacific with. As one of the high-profile leading roles of the decade of Ensign Nellie Forbush in South Pacific. Mary Martin had debuted in the Broadway role of Forbush in 49 for the Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein hit that ran for 5 years on Broadway, but she wanted to reprise her role as U.S. nurse and love and wealthy French plantation owner during World War II. Her prejudice against mixed-race children, but she was considered too old. Hollywood stars Doris Day, Elizabeth Taylor, Audrey Hepburn, and Susan Hayward did not pass musters with director Josh Logan, with someone with incredible singing and dancing skills who embodied chic sex. By her own account, showed up in Logan's audition support role in an entirely different film, but she also had major actresses trying out for Forbo. I almost hit the floor when he asked if she could sing. After rendering a cockeyed optimism, honey bun, I am in love with a wonderful guy and I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Remember that commercial? I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. That used to be a commercial. Logan turned to his wife for approval and got a nod. He persuaded Rodgers and Hammerstein. To the shock of much as Hollywood, as herself, Gaynor learned months later that she had been hired. The musical, much of shooting done in Hawaii and released in 58, cost more than $5 million, one of the most expensive at the time. Critics remarked on its garishness, including light filtering effects and other production gimmicks that gave the picture the feel of a forced spectacle and lumbering 171 minutes. Russell Brazali was lashed for his wooden performance, and as the male lead, Missy Garner received overwhelming reviews, essentially marked the start of her exit from the movies. Wow, exit from the movies. While the era of lavish musicals was away, Mrs. Suffered a few fluffy comedies, then entirely reorientated her career. She went to Vegas. Look at the smoking. Everybody smoked. In 61, for $40,000 a week, she settled in a long residency at the mob-owned Flamingo Hotel, where producer and director Robert Sidney assembled a show that almost single-handedly reestablished her. And delighting critics, ticket buyers, sides of her Hollywood long muted, she made $40,000 a week in 1941. That is probably worth $200,000 a week now. She did impersonations of Marlene Dietrich, which people said was a man. Greta Garbo, her show, a mix of slapstick comedy, rascal banter, and heartfelt singing, blah, blah, blah. And this is how she looked as she got older. Let's see. And she gave her documentary. So she was a precious dancer, a lot of bullshit. And this is kind of how she looked when she was older. Who is this? Her husband, maybe? Her husband and business manager. I wonder if he spent all her bread. Her husband died in wow, they were married in 52 years. Wow. They did not have children. She has no immediate survivors. So I wonder who's getting all that bread. She built a one-woman show, and this is how she looked older. Wow. 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 So, oh, so that is the morbid news. You know, we always got something like today. We always have, a star that's died. A star that's died. That's just kind of how they do it. They want a vampire on this energy, so they release on these people that, they had their time in the sun, and the numbers add up. This is interesting for the sports fans. Lesser known player, Zaire Wade, son of the one they let be a boy, son of Dwayne Wade, has opted to enter the G League draft. Takes place in October. He's looking forward to follow the footsteps of his dad and trying to get his foot in the door. Wade is seeking to go through the G League to establish himself. Further, Wade is not pushing his son to go directly into the league. Whereas there had been some nepotism in Los Angeles, James being selected by the Lakers in the second round, Wade is not using his name for admission. Wade played for the Salt Lake City Stars in the G League, but is re-entering the draft as players are allowed to submit their names for the draft if they are unsigned. Wade suffered an injury that set out for year. He went to Africa and played, and that's one of the lowest leagues. Africa and Switzerland are two of the lowest leagues. He averaged 9 points. He played in the NBA Summer League. He averaged 8 points. Yeah, so Dwayne Wayne's normal son is going to the G League. So, and we know Sissy Houston, they've been getting him. Oh, what we got here? I think this is what I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday. They're bringing these up tempos back. Yeah, these are the ones I told the story that my ex wrote on. Yeah, these up tempos are coming back. I think Scotty and David Robinson wore them. So set to return. Oh, they're not going to return until next year. Yeah, again, mine was the all leather version. I didn't have this suede or nubuck, whatever you want to call it. So they'll be out summer. So next summer, I'll probably have a pair. These are quite comfortable. But heavy. No doubt heavy shoes. So very heavy shoes, but comfortable. So if you're sneakerheads, you enjoy that. You enjoy that kind of thing. You know, my meditations were really excellent today. What is this? All reflective composite. So all reflective. Coming Pro Wolf is the very first foamposite sneaker using full reflective upper. Nike has used reflective elements on several foamposites in the past. I've only had the foamposite boots. Now, my LeBron 21s or 22s, whatever they are, I think they're 21s, they are reflective too. So I don't know if y'all dig these shoes or not. I've only had the boots, the winter version, and I bought them. Probably 09, 010. I gave them to my son. I don't know if he threw them away or not. So, I'm a big sneaker guy. I like sneakers. I have too many. I've got like 22 facing me right here, and I got 3 totes full of them, 4 totes full of them. So, let's see. I did see the price earlier. Let's get it up. So Bitcoin is at 67,000 per coin. And really, if you got something like Cash App, it's not bad to throw some in Bitcoin. Now tonight, gold did drop. We saw it up to, I think, 26.89. No, it was 26.60 something. So gold has went up again. Look, it just went up $21. So it was 21.60 something last time I was on. Gold is going to go up to 300 ounce. So just remember, those of you that have gold chains, gold rings, they're worth more. So if you go into pawn, you're not going to get this full amount unless you've got a whole ounce. But pawn shop's going to try to cheat you. It'd be easier to trade at a gold shop, a gold place that trades to get your full amount. But even, you're still going to get a fair amount of money. So it's up 79%. So with the dollar not being as great, gold is a great investment, so I show that. But yeah, because what was it last Wednesday? Yeah, it was 26 something. Yeah, so gold is going to hit 3,000. And if you can get that ounce, you can afford to get an ounce. It's going to keep rising. It's going to keep rising in value. So you should put your money into something. I'm not going to say yay or nay what you should put your money into, but you should put your money into something. Let your money work for you. It's, the stock exchange and investment as a true and tried way of investing your money. And it's like everybody should think about it, think about it. So now tennis shoes, I don't know about the investment in tennis shoes. I bought a whole bunch. Now, here's some that I'm probably going to end up getting because to me, they're the most comfortable shoes out there is the LeBrons. And one thing, if you notice, the shoes are going to vary pointed. And what I'd like is I can't wear Reeboks because they're narrow in here. Even though the shoes are getting a more pointed look, they are not narrow. And so that's what I love. Now, LeBrons, in my experience, they run small. I'm seeing a lot of Nikes now run small. So I wear a 13, but I've been getting mostly 14s now. Just because they seem to fit me better, especially with my insoles. But this says 22 is a product, embracing blah, blah, blah. James debuted the 22s when he played this summer. And after months of waiting, LeBron 22 will hit the shelves in a few weeks. Wow, and they'll be around $200. Shoppers will be able to buy LeBron 22, the crown jewels. This is an ugly colorway. If this is the colorway, these are ugly. Yeah, these are ugly. Only 180. That's not bad. Changes we've engineered, and this is kind of the engineering goes into the shoe. And this is LeBron wearing the shoes. 2.0 cushion foam throughout the midsole, enhanced comfort every step with Zoom technology. Mine 21. Sometimes I don't even have to wear my insoles. The ones that are 13s, I don't even wear my insoles with them. They don't hurt my feet. So this is the colorway, which I can't. Let me see. No, didn't make it bigger for me, did it? Didn't make it bigger for me. Oh well. Oh well. So those of you that are sneakerheads, that's something to look forward to. You're sneakerheads like that. So, man, I brought this up before. This is some wild shit. I don't know if y'all been watching this shit on Cartoon Network on Saturdays. It's on Cinemax. It's called Yukomazi. What's it called? Uzumaki. And this is a trip show. Let me tell you, anime, this is supposed to be a horror anime, and it is that. It is weird as hell, kind of hard to understand. Everything is about the spiral. The spiral is the DNA. It's showing the golden ratio. That was the words I was looking for. It does show the golden ratio, but this is a trip cartoon, and even the girls' hairs all show the spiral. Everything is about the spirals and the different ways spirals come. So this is a trip ass show. This is a trip ass show. If you want to see some anime that just is supposed to be called a horror anime, but I don't know, y'all. That shit is a trip. I can imagine what the manga's like, because it's a trip. Yeah, I don't know if y'all caught this, and we've been saying this, and I've been saying this. So here we go. Christopher Columbus was secretly a Jew, which we've been saying. He was a Sephardian Jew. He was not Italian. And the only reason they said Christopher Columbus was Italian, because Italians was getting a bad rap on being mobsters and gangsters and mafia related. So Columbus was a Jew from Portugal. He wasn't even from Italy. He was from Portugal. That's something they added later. He was a Portugal Jew. A DNA study of 500 remains has found the controversial explorer was a Sephardic Jew from Western Europe. He was from Portugal. Spanish researchers announced findings in the documentary Columbus DNA's True Religion, which aired on Spain. Scientists have tested samples of remains because he's buried at Seville in Spain now. In the document, Professor of Medicine led the research. Throughout the 21 investigation, DNA compared samples, remains of Columbus's known relatives and descendants, and we have DNA from himself. Very partial but sufficient, and they found out that he was a Jew. Now, remember, he was during Inquisition, and Isabella was putting her foot in the Jew's ass during Inquisition. And so that's why he couldn't come to him and say, well, I'm a Jew, because they was putting and they did what was called conversos, where they converted into Judaism. So originally in Western Mediterranean, he was from Portugal. Estimated 300,000 was living in Spain before the era of the rise of the Capitalitos, during which Catholic monarch King Fernando and Queen Isabella ordered Jews and Muslims to convert to Christianity or face exile or even death. The expulsion of Jews from Spain occurred in 1492, the same year he made his voyage, so they didn't know that he was a Jew. Researchers believe he either concealed his Jewish identity or converted to Catholicism and to escape religious persecution. The term Sephardic is derived from a shepherd. A Hebrew word refers to Iberian Peninsula, which includes modern-day Spain and Portugal. As a result of the study, confirmed the theories that remain in Seville belong to Columbus. The outcome is almost absolutely reliable. He died in the Spanish city of Valladolid in 1506. He had wished to be buried in Hispaniola, which is now divided into Haiti and Dominican Republic. His remains were brought there in 1442, but removed to Cuba in 1795 and finally to Seville. Sponsored by King and Queen Isabella, completed voyages to Spain across the Atlantic Ocean. Now, see, that's a lie. The first person that sponsored him was a Jew, because Jews was putting out of there and Jews was looking for a new place. So a Jew actually paid for this first trip. They didn't have any bread like that. They didn't have any bread. Isabella and Fernando did not have bread like that. They were fighting the Moors out of Grenada. So they did not have any bread to sponsor him. Now, they might have sponsored the second and third trip, but they definitely didn't sponsor the first trip. A group of Jewish bankers sponsored his first trip. So, and they call his day Indigenous Day now because he was such a murderer. So, El Dragon, Amarun Khan, and the Calm, welcome.
You got to have vision.
So I don't know if any of y'all can dig that, but yeah, that's been coming out, who he really was. And I had to tell you, one of my friends. I talked about this yesterday. This cat named Liam Payne. And Liam Payne, the story is getting crazier and crazier. Now they're saying that his hotel room was all fucked up and he had tore up the room. They kept calling the police saying he's tearing up the room. We're hearing a lot of banging in the room. And so let me see if this is serious. The cause is death. He had a very serious injury. Yeah, he fell off the third floor. And he was with this group down here. Who are they called? One Direction, One Direction. And so they say he had broke up with his girlfriend, but, the price of fame is hell. And so, when it's all over, they figure a time for you to die and it has to go to the dates. But yeah, now they're saying the room and really they're saying the cause of death is that he died from being drunk and high because they found drugs in his room. So, when it's time, Brother Sean, what's happening?
You got to have vision.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So, being famous ain't what it used to be. Oh, major paint company to lay off 1,800 workers and closes facility. Wow. Major paint companies to lay off 1,800 workers and close. Who is this? A global manufacturer of paint, coatings, and special materials is laying off 2,000 workers. It trims the cost and sells a chunk of its architecture business. The cuts will impact about 1,800 positions, primarily in U.S. and Europe. PBG disclosed when the layoffs. The Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-based company said it's part of a comprehensive cost reduction program focused on reducing structural costs, primarily in Europe and certain global businesses, along with other corporations. PVG said the jobs are part of a comprehensive reduction. Wow, that's a lot of people getting let go. Why these necessary fixed cost base got the right size to the cut down on the company. Wow, wow. That is a lot of people to lose their jobs. A lot of folks. And it makes you really ponder. Like, this is what I've always pondered about it is, and I thought about this probably for the last 10 years. It's like things cost so much. Things now cost so much, and the lack of jobs. How are people supposed to pay for this stuff? Cars are up. The average car is what, 40, 50,000? Now, in my lifetime, there were times where you could buy a brand new car with loaded for 2-3 grand. If you was paying 10, you had the top. You had a vet or the top caddy. This was in the late 60s. You could buy a brand new car for $2,000-$3,000 in the 60s. Then the 70s, it went up to $5,000-$6,000. If you paid 14, 15, you was getting a caddy or a vet. And of course, we know in the 80s is kind of when the cars really skyrocketed. But now, like you look at a vet, it's 100. Like the cheapest vet is what is the cheapest vet is like 80, 90,000. The average car is 30, 40,000. You can get like I always tease about getting a Mitsubishi Mirage. One of them cars is like $18,000 brand new. And this car has a 4-cylinder engine, like a lawnmower engine with 80 horsepower. This car probably can't go faster than 70 miles an hour, if that. And that's going to cost, so it's better to get a used car. And used cars are kind of holding their price, Because I drive Acura RDX. I drive a 15, and it has 62,000 miles on it, a 15. Now, we also have a BMW, 14 BMW X5, and that one has 100,000 miles on it. So, it's, instead of getting one of the Mitsubishi Mirages, it's better to get a quality used car. That would be my best advice. But if you got it like that, where you can spend more, if you got it like that, well, they spend it. And it's like, if you look at melanated people, we're the only people that they constantly pocket watching. They constantly telling you how much money Michael Jordan has, or his super yacht. I think there was a thing of Quavo. Quavo pulled up in a McLaren. I mean, why is it with us, it's always got to be some supercar or something? When they show Europeans, it's like Tom Brady's watch collection, or Tom Brady was, it's not the long bread kind of thing. It's like, well, yeah, we know he got money, but just look at the watch. And it makes us look like, which we melanated people are mostly consumers. Like I was talking about investing in gold, most melanated folks aren't heavy investors, like especially common people, unless you're matured enough to really look into it. Like most people sign up. I've been, several people just sign up their 401ks and don't even know what they're signing up for. Don't know anything about the companies, because that's what human research will tell you. Or do you just want to sign up for the ones that the company picks? These are, because most people, they give you a list, and most people are like, whatever. What do you think? You're asking a person to put your financial future by a person that ain't an expert in it. These are good ones, and these are good ones. These are what most people get, or these are the recommended. Don't go by recommended. When you start a new job, they have these investments. Look at what you're investing in, because they done away with having an IRA, or they done away with having pensions. That's what most people used to have. You had a pension. Like my wife, when she left the state, now she still got 27 years worth of pension, which is way better than a 401k. But that's why, in 95, I think is when they legalized 401ks. So be smart about where your money goes. Don't just settle and listen to them. Listen to the human resource people. Know where your money goes. See if you can put your money in Bitcoin. Well, I like my 401 to go in Bitcoin and how Bitcoin goes up and down, or if they offer that. That's a way better investment than 401k right now. And again, make yourself literate. That's why I show the price of gold. Make yourself literate how the stock market works. I mean, I know a lot of young people watch me, and you've got to be on top of your finances. You've got to be on top of how to invest your money and to make more money. Because a 401k is a way for you to make more money and save some money for when you get older. Now, the cool thing about most pensions is, and 401ks will offer it too, is whatever you put in, a lot of times they'll match what you put in. Now that's great. That's great, but get the most out of what you can get if they match what you put in it. So, just a little advice. Just a little advice, that's all. Oh wow, I didn't know this was up. So Nike's NFL deal is about to come off. NFL uniform deal bidding begins among Nike and others for the next apparel jerseys. NFL uniforms are handled by Nike, but they'll be leased through 20. Oh, we got a couple years. However, there could be a new designer in tow bidding on the next apparel, as according to the sports business. Who is that? NFL owners are part of a presentation regarding the current Nike apparel deal during this week's meeting in Atlanta, and the journal suggests Nike has the inside track on retaining uniform rights. Several teams have undergone drastic uniform makeovers during their reign, including Denver and Houston this past offseason. The NFL has also adjusted uniform rules to allow for the use of 3 different styles of helmets, enabling teams to showcase all new throwbacks and alternative Nike designs. Prior to Nike taking over, Reebok, and I got a couple Reebok Vikings jerseys. Before that, Adidas logo, Nike, Puma, Reebok, and Starter. I had, people like when you have those old Magic Johnson jerseys, they were champions. The Magic Johnson jerseys, the old Magic Johnson jerseys were champion jerseys. I used to have old Royals, Cincinnati Royals jersey that was champion. It was a champion. So I don't know if you guys remember those jerseys, but it was a champion. So Champion's been around for a long time. I think Champion's some of the original sweatsuits. I remember as a child, the first sweatsuits I think we were forced to buy in junior high. And that's how bogus it was in junior high for going outside. You had to buy a sweatsuit, and you had to put your shorts over. You had to buy a top, bottom, and a sweat outfit, top and bottom sweats. And when we went outside, for some reason, because they ain't want that thing swinging, they made you put on shorts, which never made sense to me. Right here says Charles Barkley realistic criticism of Bronny James. Yeah, Charles Barkley gonna talk shit about Bronny, especially since Bronny ain't part of Michael Jordan ain't friends with him no more, so he can't wait to talk shit. Son found himself the subject of extremely high expectations. While Barkley is happy that Bronny made it, getting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity along his dad, Barkley has some very stern but realistic advice for the young guard. Unlike many of the haters out there, Barkley believes Bronny deserves to play professional, said he knows from experience that things are only going to get harder for the young man moving forward. Speaking of, on the Throwback podcast, Barkley opened up about Bronny's journey to the pros, sharing through the challenges await for the 20-year-old. It's not going to be easy because he was a target on his back because of his name. There's going to be a certain amount of petty jealousy from people like, you don't deserve to be here. And he got a 5-year guaranteed contract. Later in the interview, Barkley advised the Lakers to handle things with kid gloves, literally referring to the fact that Bronny has a serious injury in the past, cardiac arrest, and still is an unfinished product. In fact, Bronny is under intense scrutiny after a shaky start initial preseason. Despite heavy anticipation, Bronny's preseason performance has left much to be desired. About his preparedness for the upcoming season, as a ring of articles, Bronny averaged 0.7 per game with 99.1 shooting percentage and rebound. But he showed that he's a really good defender. I'll say that. He showed that on the defensive end, he can be a Patrick Beverly. So, yep. So, what's Brother Sean say? Definitely a sacrifice. Yeah. Shit's crazy, but not surprising. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So, Brownie, see what you don't understand and what you got to understand, what you got to overstand about when you get into the league, you practice against the best every day and you play against the best. And he's going to play, and you can't really help but get better. I mean, unless you got some outside problems, people get better. I remember I played for Wes Matthews Sr. And, he about my size. We was about the same size, but he could go. And you saw he was mostly a bench rider. And I've told the story before. I saw where I was on a site where he was selling one of his championship rings. And back then it was only like $6-7 grand to get one of his Laker championship rings. I imagine now it's probably more. But back then, he took little bread for his ring. So I don't know if it's a duplicate ring or what, but he took little bread for his ring. So, but you get better. You get better. And there's that goofy European dude that plays one-on-one with people, but he's 6'8". People forget that he's 6'8". I can't think of the redhead dude. He was doing he was interviewing people during the Big Three. Can't think of that goofy dude's name, but he plays people, and he, again, he's 6'9", can handle the ball, can back down anybody. Ball, you figure dudes, even though dudes ain't in the league, dudes still play at like Magic. Magic still plays at the Y and at the colleges. He's one of the most cheating motherfuckers in pickup. Paul Pierce tells a story about somebody blocked his shot. Everybody went down and scored. They won the game, and Magic said, "Bring that back, call foul." Magic is a big cheater. And there was a dude named Dr. Tucker, and him and Tuck together. Oh my goodness, they were some of the worst pickup game cheaters they were. I mean, just serious cheaters, pickup game cheaters. So, Lofton got waived. It says that Bulls waived him. That's crazy. This guy, really, he hooped in the summer league. He really did hoop in the summer league, but it seems like his weight issues, but they waived him. Wow. He's 6'8". Waived by this Jazz after appearing in 4 games with the team. This past offseason, he signed a 2-way contract with the Sixers, and he was waived by the Grizzlies. He played with the Grizzlies, and he played 2 games with the Sixers. Overall, 17 games last season. Wow, not much. He's only 25, though. He signed with a 2-way contract, so he's been going up and down. They wrap up the preseason Friday. They open the regular season Wednesday. And then the talk of the league has been Lonzo Ball coming back after 2 years. And as I was saying, I've said many times, I was talking about this yesterday, is Ball suffered, kind of Steph Curry did too, with Under Armour shoes. Ball, like this is what shows you like business sense and how you set up a business. So you have to test. So you can tell their daddy didn't really have true experience with these shoes. Took a long time to get them. Months for most people, but what should be done when a pro has shoes? What should be done is a separate line should be making his shoes so you can start testing them. So he can start wearing them, start testing, and it doesn't look like they did that. He started wearing them raggedy shoes that really weren't very supportive, very flat, and it seems like he didn't even test them. And what did he have in his career? Foot problems. Steph Curry was the same way with his shoes. Severely when he switched to Under Armour, severe ankle injuries that still kind of plague him today. So if you what is his name? Brown's shoes. Brown had his own shoes in the first preseason game. They ripped on him. So he's going to try to sell his shoes for $200 and they already ripped on him. So this is, so you really have to have a lot of testing done before you bring this stuff to market. Because if people see those kind of flaws, and remember, it wasn't that long ago, Zion, one of new Nikes, Zion ripped through, which could have been staged. It's kind of hard to tell, but he ripped through the shoe. That didn't look very good for Nike. It's a brand new shoe, and he ripped through it. So Ball suffered from that. It's good to see him back. He does have some skill. He has nice size, so it's good to see him back. So, wow, I've been going for an hour. I didn't even. Wow, I'm just fucking around. I wonder about Bronny, whether Bron will let him have another cardiac arrest on ball court as a sacrifice. Well, that's very possible, and that's what I thought as well. Like I was talking about the Ball family. It's better to be embarrassed than it is to get killed, because remember what they did to the middle son. They embarrassed him in China because he was on the fast track to go into the league too. He's with UCLA, and they did an embarrassment ritual because, again, it's better to get embarrassed than it is to be killed. And so that's what happened for the Ball family. Now, looking at LeBron, it kind of, when Bronny had that heart attack, it did seem very, very potential. It did seem like possibility, I guess is the word I'm looking for, that was going to be the sacrifice for LeBron. But the sacrifice LeBron is the embarrassment. That's why he wore the dress. He wore the dress on Saturday Night Live. There's a picture of him in the nanny outfit, and I think tying him with Puffy is all the shaming they're going to do with him. I think the Puffy shaming is what they're going to do with him. Now, I always thought that if there was going to be a true shaming of LeBron, it was going to be his mama, or a sacrifice. They was going to sacrifice his mama, because a lot of times that's what they do. They sacrifice, the oldest member of the family. So that's what I always thought. But now, with looking at the shaming that he's done by wearing the dress, I think that's all they're going to do, is just kind of bullshit, embarrassing things instead of killing someone like they do so often. And like we just saw a lady die at 93 years old. Again, natural causes pretty much. But again, we see so many things where what's the cause of death? Now, we know the young man that fell off the third floor of the building. Yeah, that's going to kill you more than likely. Unless you land in something soft, that's going to kill you. So, and more than likely, he probably had some help, or his drugs was spiked. But again, you have to look at it from what it is, as a sacrifice. So that's what I think. I think LeBron is just going to be more shamed than killed. So, but you never know. You just never know how they're going to do it for him. So it's like, we'll see. We'll see. And maybe Bronny will have, that would be interesting if Bronny was a live sacrifice during a game. That would be interesting. But he got the best doctors and everything, and they approved him. And that's what people forget about his college, is that he didn't really play a full season. He missed half the games. So, yeah, the humiliation ritual is part of it too. And again, I've said for years, it's better to be humiliated than killed. So, it's better to be caught. That's why some of them take their pants down. It's like, well, just go ahead. I'll walk funny for a couple weeks. So, it's you never know. But that's part of the ritual of fame. What is Zach's name? Zach Hubbard is great with the numbers and lining up the numbers of how people die. He invented that pretty much. I'm not saying he invented a gematria, but he's invented it. He's invented how it's applied in movies, how it's applied in sports, how it's applied in government. He's the best at that, and he's the originator, and I've been cool with him. I think I did his first radio show the summer of 16, maybe, because I think it was the 16 finals. Yeah, so the summer of 16, and I ain't got no beef with that brother. What he does is cool. My best show ever was under him. He shared my work of Dame Dash shooting over Paul George, and that got 100,000 views. So that was, by far my best work. And then on my old channel, my best work was 65,000 views on that Andy Dalton where the dudes didn't want to pick him up. And that just shows you, why would that video ever get 65,000 views? It shows you if they want it to go, you can. Now on this channel, I think my biggest views is 20,000. My LeBron, a few years ago in their finals, LeBron having a manipulated shot. But I think when I did that Kawhi Leonard, I think those videos, I think I had 20,000 on my old channel on that one too. So they you see these channels that and you can buy subscribers and you can buy views. You can buy all that too. So you can artificially get that shit. They always sending things. Do you want to boost? Like Facebook now is doing the same thing. Do you want to boost? Do you want to pay so we'll put ads on your stuff? And still, this is the acid blind. They got a new one downstairs, but this one still had plenty of life in it. So, and I do like tobacco. So, oh, wow. They waved this cat. This cat got waved. Pelican Points guard recently waved. His name is this, he's been in the league almost 10 years. Eldred Payton. This is a list of waved players. Okay. James Arquino from Milwaukee. Robert Baker, Orlando. Charles Badinko, Denver. James Bouknight, Portland. Keon James, New Orleans. Tisan Ubabwe, must be African. Detroit. Andrew Funk, I like that name. Funky. Denver. Jarkel Joyner, AT Atlanta. KJ Jones II, Brooklyn. Justin Lewis, Utah. Oh, they got more. Oh shit, I didn't. Okay. Where was I? Justin Lewis, Utah. Jalen McDaniels. I know him. I know Jalen McDaniels. Wow. I'm sorry that he didn't make it. Jalen McDaniels. Yeah, I know him. Or no, it's Devin McDaniels. Excuse me, not Jalen, Devin. The Kings, we got, what is that? Tejado Mitchell. I can't really make it out. Josh Ordano, New Orleans. Edith Payton, or Efred Payton, New Orleans. Alex Reese, OKC. Will Richardson, Denver. And DeMonco Spanka something. They got rid of him for Boston. And it's a heartbreaker. Most of them are probably got on some kind of two-way deals and going to end up in the G League. That's normally because the G League, as I just showed you, the G League's draft is coming up. So a lot of those people playing are going to be in the G League draft. And again, here's something where, it's always about pocket watching, always telling you the money they make. NBA Stars Tequila brand unveils platinum chrome finished limited edition bottle at $149. Sincaro tequila brand, co-founded by Bassett. You see co-founded, so he's not on his own. Michael Jordan and four of the NBA elites revealed the latest expression in September while celebrating 5th year anniversary of the celebrity-owned brand. A-listers including Eric Church, Derek Jeter, DJ Khaled, and Serena Williams, Sirenko co-owner, among others, attended the New York City Bash. 5 years ago, we set up an exceptional brand and achieved the gold standard of tequila, said in a press release. When what started a passion project is going to something truly special. And again, we see Jordan. Is that his wife? Emmanuel? No, that's not his wife. Emmanuel, whatever. Weiss, Gobach, Wes Edens, and Jeannie Buss. All founders all put their money into this bottle. Majority owner of the Celtics, his wife. Oh, that's his wife. So he owns the Celtics. He's the majority owner, and this is his wife. Jeannie Buss and Wes Edens of the Milwaukee Bucks round out the founding five. Encapsulated in a platinum chrome finished bottle. Encapsulated, in a chrome finished bottle is made with 100% blue Weber agave, harvested from Jalisco, Mexico. Only 5 states in Mexico: Guadalajara, Jalisco, Macarancan, Nayanta, and Tama are authorized to make tequila. So would y'all pay $150 for this motherfucker? I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't really drink hard liquor. I'm only limited to 2 beers now. So I can only drink 2 beers a day or it fucks with me, So I don't drink like I used to, but I've never really been a hard liquor drinker at that. So I don't think I've ever had tequila. I don't think I've ever even had it. Now, some shoes I have not bought are the book ones. Yeah, the book ones. They've kind of kept that Air Force One, but again, you see that pointed toe silhouette. They're comfortable. I tried on a pair. They are comfortable, but I haven't bought any. So this is the Halloween edition. Let's see if there's another picture of it. Here we go. So this is if you so desire. They got the stitching here, like Frankenstein stitching. So Halloween black and white if you are a sneakerhead like I am. That's why I show them, because I like that kind of shit. I like that kind of shit, no doubt. But I'm running out of places to put them, I just don't have anywhere to put them. That would be the biggest thing. But here's another one. High-end rides, ludicrous daily driver. Is this accurate? I mean, it's always something materialistic that they got to relate black folks to, melanated folks to. PJ Aller, what is happening?
You got to have vision.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I don't know. Do you got any Bookers? Did you buy any Bookers? I had a chance to buy the snakeskin ones. They had them at the outlet. I think it came to be 110 maybe. And it's like, yeah, I don't need these. So I don't need these at all. Says Jordan's Thursday Boots would donate 100% of their money to the hurricane. And yeah, the game was very disappointing tonight. I mean, very disappointing. I should have known a 2-4 team playing a 3-3 team, and Denver has looked better. But I don't know if y'all noticed that quarterback missed a couple throws in the first half. He short-armed a couple throws tonight. And that was kind of my hesitation on him. And I figured the Saints have a decent defense, but they did give up 33. No, sir. I thought he was wearing Kobe's at first till I got a good look at him. Yeah, and you know what? They don't look different. They're not a whole lot different than Kobe's. But one thing that he always did is they look more like Air Force Ones, but they put more tech in it. So they've got an Air Force One-ish look, but better tech. Kobe's, to me, they're not comfortable as the Jordans, and they're definitely not comfortable as the LeBrons. They're not as well made. The tech is not as good, in my opinion. Bo Nix missed. Yeah, he missed 2 wide open receivers. Yes. Like in the first half, a dude was like, matter of fact, he had 2 receivers in one area, and he missed them both. He threw it way over one, and he threw it over the second receiver's head too. But he missed some short throws. He missed some outs. I mean, I don't know. Now, poor New Orleans didn't have a great line. They wasn't blocking for him. They're on their 3rd string quarterback, I think. They're on their 3rd string quarterback. So I should have considered that more in my pick. But, sometimes you never know how they're going to do. So you probably have a great collection of sneakers, especially from back in the day. Well, I don't really. I think my oldest. I think I have my oldest. Well, I have some like LeBron 5s or 6 in my storage. I have the original Carmelo Air Force Jordan 2s. Yeah, they were beat up. My son played with them, and they're probably the oldest pair of shoes I have. My son played in them in 13. He graduated in 13. I think no, he was when he wore those Camellos, which were Jordan 2s, that must have been when he was in 10th grade. So that had to be 2010. That's probably the oldest pair of shoes I've kept. Is probably those. I wouldn't throw those away. Those are in my garage right now. And so I have some Dame ones that, work shoes when I don't do much work nowadays, but they're kind of if I'm fucking around. It's like when I would go to the powwow, I'm seeing the powwow was nothing but dirt roads and grass, and I'm seeing all these niggas wearing their good shit. I wore a pair of my old shoes. I just don't like wearing my newer shoes through dirt and grass. Like even watching my daughter play tennis, I'm kind of like, but it's so dry here. I think talking about last night. We're up a fire thing up here because we haven't had rain in weeks. Like it hasn't rained here in literally weeks. Let's see if we're still under that fire watch. No, they called the fire watch out, but it was nice today. Like tomorrow or right now, it's gonna be 73 here today, which is nice. When I went for my 3-mile walk, I did not wear a hoodie. Monday or Tuesday, I wore a hoodie. Tuesday, Wednesday. Today, I did not. I wore just a t-shirt and some sweats. I still wore sweats. It's not nice enough to wear shorts, but it was definitely nice enough to wear sweats and a t-shirt. What is this? And so by Sunday, we're going to have 82. It's going to be 80 on Monday. So it's going to be nice on Monday. It's going to be real nice Sunday. I'm going over to my best friend's house and watch. He's the Lions fan. I'm going to wear the Lucky Cook jersey, and I'm going to have a sweet hat and, take some food over there and shit. His wife makes the best tacos, she buy, because that's a business they used to do is they had a mobile truck or mobile trailer they pulled and they made tacos. So she always makes the best tacos. So I'm gonna go over there. My wife, she's got something to do. I don't know if she's joining me or not, but she says she has something to do. So I'm gonna go over there. Let's see. LeBron 9s are my favorite, but have you seen the LeBron 22s? Yeah, I showed them earlier. I don't know if I can bring them back up or not, but I showed them earlier, the LeBron 22s. Let's see if they're still on the page or not. I showed them earlier. I don't think they're on the page. They was on the other page. Guess we can look them up. Yeah, we'll bring them up. They do not have them. I'll say 2. Let me show this right quick because they don't. I just did the thing on them. Oh, here we go. But I want to show this first. These LeBron Witnesses are great shoes. I mean, those of you that, are kind of on a budget, these are some outstanding shoes if you can't really afford anything. I would go to the outlet and get them. You might find this cheaper price. There's still several colorways, but this is a great shoe. Very, very well made. I wanted to show. And then this one, this is constantly an outlet. Again, this is a very good shoe. What are they hitting for? Outlets got these a little cheaper, but I mean the tech in these are super comfortable. And if you are on a budget, these are great shoes to buy. But even where's the 22s or 21s? Okay, let's see. And I have, let's see. I have these. I definitely have these. I have these and I have these. These are 20s and I have these 21s. Let's see what they'll give us. A leak on the shoe. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it. So super comfortable. You can see where they changed them a little bit. Again, the narrow toe, but it doesn't wear narrow. And so, yeah, this is sweet. This is, I don't know. I have to see them. Let me see. Don't really like the colors, don't like the red laces, but the tech is going to be outstanding. These are going to be super comfortable, and they're only hitting for 180. I think this is his autograph in the back, which I really like. Down here. But the tech and LeBrons, I love walking around in these, and I wear a pair of LeBrons at least once a week. So this is what's released. They're releasing these first. And we've seen this pattern tech before, but I bet they're super comfortable. Super comfortable. Super comfortable. LeBrons are, you can't beat them. You can't beat them. They're super comfortable. But even these older LeBrons, I mean, you just can't go wrong getting even the older LeBrons. Trying to see one of my old pair. They got the old pair. Let's see. Can I go forward or back? But the LeBron Soldiers and Witness are great shoes. If you're on a budget, they're great shoes. Even this version, this is the little kids version, but these shoes, you can get the adult version of these. These are Witnesses again, you know. Again, the outlet is going to be a little cheaper than you see them here, but this colorway is cool. I mean, it's still an affordable shoe that, you know, you don't want to pay a lot for your child. Here you go, you know. And I would say, I don't know if this colorway's at the outlet, but and again, 80, 90 bucks for a shoe ain't really that much, even for children. It's not that much. But I've probably had these for at least a year. And these are, what are these called? Liverpool LeBron Get Amped. Oh, these are the Get Amped. So these aren't the signature shoes. Even these Get Amped. I have a pair in my pickleball shoes, these, and I love all this leather. I love the Get Amped. I do. These are still, you're getting really great tech. And I play pickleball in a pair of these. It's not this colorway, but I play pickleball in a pair of these. I have the black pair of those. And of course, I've got these in a box in my closet. I've got these. These are comfortable. I was trying to find another one. 100, and they're still hitting for 129. I have not run across these in the outlet, but I've got this pair too. I love the Carolina blue ones. And even Giannis, you know, Giannis has a good shoe. You know, it's just, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get good shoes. I mean, Giannis did what Chris Webber and like Shaq end up going to Kmart, but Giannis shoes are all affordable. Look at this, $53 to $75. And the tech in these shoes are outstanding. I've got a pair I'm looking at now. I think they're this colorway, but it has the extra bubble. So I forget it's Proto or Prato, whatever they call. It's this colorway, but it has the air bubble here. But super comfortable shoes, as you can see, very affordable. And, you know, I consider, you know, how everybody's bread is. He says, last pair of shoes I got was the Nike DT Colorado Aways. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Let me see if I can go back one more. No, I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up. Let's see. Let's see. These are just images. Oh, okay. So I was saying, you know, you can get the glow ones. I wear these. I paid $50 for this shoe. Whoops. Let me switch over. Oh, here we go. I paid $50 for this one. For some reason, oh, here we go. Yeah, I paid Dick Sports. I went in there and they had a pair of 14. I paid $50. And look where they're hitting on this site. They're hitting on this site for 200. But I paid 50 for these. Now I didn't get this colorway. And I didn't get this colorway. It's the same damn shoe, you know. I could talk about shoes all night, but I got these and they look damn near brand new. I still got these and they're still hitting for $225 on here. And that's what I paid. I bought these when I went, I was in South Carolina wearing these and I ain't worn them since South Carolina. Trying to think. What are these? Nike GTs. Now, this is also a great shoe. Nike GT is a very comfortable shoe. Some people may not like this thick in the back. Might be a little because it puts you high. I'm not going. I have GT 2s, and they do put you very high in the shoe. So that might not be for everybody. But these are super comfortable. I wear these without. I wear these without my insoles. But LeBrons they run small. Keep that in mind. When you get in these LeBrons, they run small. Because I bought the first pair of LeBrons, the black pair. They came out with the LeBron 21s, and yeah, they were too small. Is this? Let me see, what pair is this? LeBron 1s. No, I don't have that pair. It's another pair of these older pair of LeBrons. Let's see. These, I like these a lot. I think this is a really clean looking shoe. These are super clean looking. You see how you got the leather toe. And if you remember, the new LeBrons got this pattern all through them. And this is kind of a Air Force One kind of style a little bit. But this is, I mean, you can't beat them. These are still 109. These, I haven't seen this colorway at the outlet, but I have seen other colorways of this LeBron in XXT. Still a very, very comfortable shoe. Now, I don't care for these. I don't know. Oh, here we go. I don't really care for these. And again, but they've hold their value. You see, they're still charging too. But I don't find these comfortable. The material's not bad, but it's just, I just don't like these threes. Are these threes? Yeah, I'm not a three guy. So these are shoes that I haven't bought. I just don't really, I don't like these. Now these would match with a lot, but I just, I can't do it. I'm just not a 3 or 4. I'll wear 5s and I'll wear 6s, but I won't wear 3s or 4s. Let's see if they got the older pairs. Now, these hit the outlet. These were in the outlet. And a lot cheaper than this. These were in the outlet a lot cheaper. I think these was hitting for like 130, 140. Didn't really care for these. They don't match a lot. The quality is still there, but just really didn't like these. Say not that colorway, but the 3s are your favorite. Okay, I feel you. I feel you for sure. So I passed on these. I just even cheaper. Let's see. Are these the 39s? Yeah, these are the 39s. But they only got that colorway. They don't have the blue colorway. And they give you, gear you can wear it with. But yeah, this is going to be are these 39s? Yeah, these are 39s, but not this colorway. And they sold out. Are these children's? No, these are adults. Oh, it's no wonder Dick Sports, but still they hitting it for 180. And this shoe been out since the summertime. So it's still kind of expensive. Unless you want them. There ain't nothing expensive unless you, this, what is this called? Yeah, this is one of my favorite LeBron. I think this is LeBron's, or I like this. This is a great shoe. Let me see. Is this it here? What are these called? Yeah, I've got these in blue, and they're out in the garage, and these are super comfortable, and these are 11s, LeBron 16s. Yeah, I love the LeBron 16s. I got the blue colorway of these, and I won't throw those away. I mean, I love those shoes. I wore the hell out of these, but I had the blue colorway. And mine, this looks like it's more the mesh. Mine was more of the, I think it's more leather on that blue colorway. But I love the LeBron 16s is a great shoe. Is a really great shoe. So again, and you know, I missed out. I missed out on going to see Eddie Griffin. He's here tomorrow. Corey Holcomb was at a small venue tonight, but I think I mentioned this last night. It was like this, like where it's at is kind of not really. It's downtown by the Target Field. I think it was on around Fifth. But like it was odd the way they were showing the seating, and tickets was only $60 a piece, so it wasn't bad. But looking at how to buy them was really strange. They weren't showing you where the rows were. So it's really odd. And so we did end up not going to see Corey Holcomb tonight. We didn't go see him. And I kind of think I hate that we missed out on seeing Eddie Griffin tomorrow. Because I saw Eddie Griffin at the Target Center. And I've said this many times. It was Eddie Griffin, DL Hewley, Charlie Murphy. I saw Charlie Murphy. He had to be sick when I saw him, but and Eddie Griffin. And Eddie Griffin was the funniest of all of them by far. I mean, Eddie Griffin tore that motherfucker down, but not Hewley. Oh. And I've got these, but I've got the purplish colorway. I've got these too. What are these? Now, I ain't got the Christmas, but I got a pair of these. I got these too in the box. I've had these for a couple years. I think it's this pair. Is it this pair? Yeah, I think it's this pair. So these are just LeBron 19s. Yeah, maybe this pair. Very similar to this pair, but I got these in the box, in the closet. Now I didn't get a chance to wear them. I probably should bust them back out. No, mine more purple. Mine is the Laker colorway. So LeBron 19s, I got the LeBron 19s, but in a purple Lakers colorway, not this colorway. So, you know, it's always somebody up here. Oh, but yeah, Charlie, Eddie Griffin tore this motherfucker down, y'all. He was funnier than the motherfucker. So that's why I was kind of looking forward to going, but it just didn't work out. We didn't end up going, so. And by Leo, I think is his name. Oh, good. That is good. Yeah. And let's see. Tell you this cat's name. He's gonna be here. And I don't know if we're gonna go. We might. Let me find which one is he under. Oh, this cat right here, by Leo. Are y'all hip to him? He's got a song called All for Love by Bilal by Leo. He's going to be here this weekend at the Dakota. Don't know if we're gonna go. He sings a lot of love songs and shit. So I don't know if y'all hip to him or not. Yeah, Eddie Griffin, I'm telling you. Now, the only knock I'll say of Eddie Griffin is he told a Richard Pryor joke. He straight up stole a Richard Pryor joke, and you'd have to be an old head to kind of pick it up. A lot of people, it went over their head, I'm pretty sure. But I was like, I told my daughter's mother, I was with her at the time, and it's funny. I know she was uncomfortable because there's nothing but black folks, nothing but melanated people up in there. And she's a conservative, European chick. And I can tell because the next one came, she's like, well, you can go by yourself to this one. But anyway, Eddie Griffin was by far the funniest. Sid the Entertainer closed it. He stunk. Now, in February, Kevin Hart's gonna be here. I ain't feeling Kevin Hart. The last two specials he's had, he sucked. And damn if I'm gonna pay $200-300 to see him and see him not be funny. Stevie Wonder is coming, which again, he's 1,000 years old. Not crazy about seeing old Stevie Wonder. How good those days? Oh, have to go. How did those days? But he got a song called "I Was Made to Love Her." With the world all around me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Jamar's your guy. Yeah. He got good joints. Right. So he's going to be at the Dakota, which is a very intimate spot. Probably holds, because we saw Christmas time. We saw Robert Glasper there. Roughly holds maybe 150 people. I saw Prince there, and I think they squeezed in 160 because they can open up the upstairs and let people see there, but very intimate. And Prince, he did 3 shows. He tore that motherfucker down. I saw Prince a free concert. He had a cologne and he had he released his cologne at Macy's and he did an outdoor concerts, free outdoor concerts at Macy's. So, and I first saw Prince in 79. Yeah, 79. It was Prince and Rick James. And Rick James, shit. Prince was good too, because he had Soft and Wet. But Rick James, that motherfucker. Doom doom doo doo doom. Rick James. And it was like I don't think Super Freak Out. But he had I was born to funk. I was born to now that might be the next year he came. I'm trying. Oh, You and I was still probably kind of hot, but I forget which one he released in '79. But it was worth seeing Rick James. Rick James is the motherfucker. Good performer, band kicking ass. So like I went to so many concerts in my life. I mean, it's like I don't know. I saw so many groups. Shaka Khan. I saw the what was it? Have you seen her? Shy Lights. Shy Lights. I saw the Shy Lights live. Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? My stepdad loved music, and we just went to a lot of concerts when I was young. When I was in elementary and early junior high, I mean, Kalamazoo, where I'm from, constant concerts at Western Michigan University. And so I saw a lot of concerts. Shaka Khan ran off stage because she used to wear this giant wig. It was like this. And dude was playing his guitar and got caught in the wig and they both moved kind of opposite and it snatched that wig right off. She ran off stage and did not come back out. And that's back when she had Tell Me Something Good, right? But I got to see her sing Sweet Thing. I did get to see her sing Sweet Thing. What are these? Ooh. Wow, these are cool. I don't know. I could talk about sneakers all night. Well, y'all, if anybody wants to do the oh, you suck. Why did it take it away? They took it away. No, doesn't want to say I was all queued up. Fucking around. Oh, is this it? No, this is not it. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring it up. Take that out. No, it keeps bringing that back up. Okay. So I gotta find it again. I had it queued up. Let's see here. It shouldn't be too hard to find. No, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's definitely this one. Okay. So I'm going to play this. This is only about 20 minutes of it for those of you that want to do the meditation. This is it for you. I'm going to play this, and you've seen it many times. I always play this on the full moon because I do give freely. And those of you, please excuse the old video because this is about 3 years old by now. But her message is still strong. This is One Divineness, and I'm going to let them take it away. My younger self, I look so much younger. Okay, the One Divineness, here we go.
Don't try to guess what I'm going to say. Just be open, be relaxed, listen to my voice, follow my voice, and we should have a good meditation. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes. Palms up. We do the palms up to receive, and we're going to start with some breath work. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your nose, and I want you to breathe down to your belly. When you breathe down to your belly, I want you to expand that belly. As you're breathing in, I want you to focus on breathing in love and light. Then I'm going to have you hold the breath. And then after we hold the breath, we're going to do an exhale. You're going to exhale from the belly out through the mouth. I'm going to give you some numbers. We're going to count this. So as I'm asking you to exhale, I want you to breathe out anything that's heavy, anything that you're carrying, anything that is keeping you from your dream come true, from your wishes, your desires in your life. and give it to the Creator, to Source, to God. When we do the breath work, just relax. Just be calm. No worries, no stress. Do the best that you can. Don't worry about the counting if you can't make it to the full counts. It's okay. Do you. Okay, let's start with the first breath. Breathing in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Push it all out. Let it all go out. Next breath. Breathing in through the nose. Love and light down to the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, pushing it all out. Good. And last breath. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale from the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Releasing it all. Letting it all go. Now we're going to just do a scan of the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of the head and we're going to move all the way down to our feet. I just want you to go through the body and release any tension, any stress, any tightness you may be feeling, any stuck energies. You're going to imagine it going down a drain, or you can just give it to Mother Earth. Mother Earth will recycle that energy. So don't feel bad that you're giving it to her. Just release it to her. Or like I said, just imagine it going down a drain, like you're standing in the shower and you're just washing it off. So let's start at the top of the head, releasing anything that is tight, just letting it go. Just move to our forehead, any tightness in the brows, your eyes, letting go of any stress, moving down to your ears, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth, your jaw, chin, releasing any tightness in the shoulders, going down your arms, into your elbows, your lower arms, your wrist, your hands, your fingertips, letting go of any stress, any tension, any tightness in your upper back, your chest, lower back, your stomach, releasing any tension in your hips, lower legs, moving into the thighs, the knees, lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes, just letting it wash away, just releasing it, giving it to Mother Earth. Now I'd like you to take an inventory if anything still feels tight, going back and giving that area some love and allowing it to release. Let's start now by bringing your awareness within. I want you to start focusing on bringing that awareness from your mind down to your heart space. Start pulling that awareness into your heart space. As you keep a light focus between your brows, not looking for anything, not stressing about it, just a light focus as you pull that awareness into your heart space. Gently pulling it down. As you do so, I want you to listen to the sounds in the room that you're sitting in. Maybe the fan is blowing or the heat is blowing. Just allowing those sounds and not attaching to them. You may hear family members or pets in the background. Just allowing as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. You might hear some cars driving by. Just allowing those sounds to occur as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. We're just being. Nothing needs to be done in this moment. Thoughts may be rising in your mind of what needs to be done after this meditation or what needs to be done tomorrow. We're not going to attach to those thoughts. We're just going to let that energy pass as you're just being. As you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Not worried about the bills, the chores that need to be done. Not worried about the workday for tomorrow or for the rest of the week. Just going to let those thoughts pass as you keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. Letting go of any irritations you may have had today with things not going your way, and just allowing it to pass. As you sit in meditation, you may feel some numbness or tingling. That too shall pass, not attaching to it, or just being. Keep pulling that awareness into your heart space. If thoughts continue to rise, just gently pull yourself back into the heart space. Gently bring your awareness in. Now, being in the heart space, I want you to imagine a green lotus flower opening up. If you don't know what a lotus flower is, it's okay. Just imagine a flower opening up. This is where our love resides, in the heart space. I want you to move your awareness within the heart space, within that lotus flower. And I want you to feel that energy as it expands and moves in all directions. I want you to embrace yourself in that love, that unconditional love. And send out that same love to all beings. Now let's move our awareness down to our solar plexus. Your solar plexus is located about 6 inches above your belly button. As you move your awareness down there, I want you to imagine a yellow lotus flower opening up. And bringing your awareness into the center of that lotus flower. This is where our will resides, our inner strength, our goals. Just move yourself into that energy and feel that energy. Remember, we're not doing anything. We're just being. Allow yourself to be guided. Now bring your awareness down to your sacral. The sacral is located between the hips, below the belly button, where our sexual organs are. I want you to imagine an orange lotus flower opening up. This is where our passion and creativity sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. Allowing that lotus flower to expand in all directions. This is where our self-care and self-love, doing the things that bring us joy, allowing yourself to feel that energy. Now bring your awareness down to your root chakra. This is at the base of your spine. Imagine a red lotus flower opening up. This is where our survival sits. Bring your awareness into the center of the lotus flower. As the lotus flower expands in all directions, feel the connection to Mother Earth. Feel the connection to knowing that all of your needs are being met and will continue to be met. Now, as we go in and ground ourselves to Mother Earth, I want you to feel yourself rooting into Mother Earth as I guide you down into the center. Just rooting yourself, letting yourself go, anchoring yourself into her energy. Bringing your energy down into both of your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Bringing that energy down into the ground, into the rocks and dirt, going down the multiple layers of the earth, going down to Gaia, to Mother Earth, connecting with her consciousness, becoming one with her unconditional love. Feel yourself becoming one with her. We thank you, Gaia, for the blessings and graces that you give us. We thank you for all that you do for us on a daily basis. We thank the animals, the plants, the birds, the air, the wind, the water, and the fire for their part in our human experience and soul's evolution. Being filled with gratitude and love, now bringing that energy forth, bringing Mother Earth's energy as she gives it to us freely, bringing it up through the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back up past the rocks and dirt, back up into the ground, into your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Now move your energies up to the throat chakra. I'd like you to imagine a blue lotus flower opening up. This is where our truth resides, our communications with others. Feel that lotus flower opening up and expanding in all directions as you bring your awareness within. Feeling the energies. As we speak our truth, and we speak the truth with loving ways and loving words. Now bring your awareness up to your third eye. This is between the brows. You're going to imagine a purple lotus flower opening up. As you do so, bringing your awareness into the center as it expands in all directions. This is where our intuition or our connection to a higher self resides. Feeling those energies of being guided, of the knowings, of the nudges, of the visions, of the hearing, the whispers in our ears of what we should be doing to continue to be on that path. What is for our highest and greatest good, and for those who are around us and surround us. Allowing that energy to expand. Now bring your awareness up to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is right above your head, outside of your body. Imagine a white lotus flower opening up. This is where our connection to wisdom and to the divine creator resides. Feel yourself moving into that energy as the lotus flower expands in all directions. Allowing ourselves to be guided, knowing the truth that we are all one. Now bring your awareness up to the sun. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, the life force energy. Feeling the energy of the sun on your body into each and every single cell. Bathing in that healing energy. Now bring your awareness up to the full moon, where the feminine energies resides. This is called the pink moon. This is a very powerful moon. Even though the full moon energies were the highest yesterday, we still have the energies for 3 more days. During the full moon, we do a release of letting go of things no longer that serve us, so that we can make room for the things that we desire in our life, which we plant during the new moon. This moon is also requiring us to be grateful for all that we have. For all the things in our life that we are grateful for, so that more can come forward. I'd like everybody to take a few minutes at this point and go ahead and say the things that you are grateful for in your mind towards the moon, and then also recognizing the things that you'd like to release and asking the energies of the moon to help assist with that. So let's take a few minutes and do a release and do some gratitude. As the moon goes through the cycles, to understand that everything comes in divine timing. Now let's bring our energies up to the stars from where we come, as they watch over humanity and its evolution, as they watch over us as we sleep, as we are all made of the same stardust material. Bringing your consciousness now out into the galaxy, bringing that awareness. Feel yourself swimming through the galaxy with your arms open wide, gathering up all that infinite energy, bringing all that infinite energy back down through the stars, through the moon, through the sun, bringing that energy back in through the crown chakra, into each and every single cell, down into your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, splitting the energies again between both thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, going into the ground through the rocks and dirt, going down the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back into the Mother Earth, connecting with her consciousness, with her love, her unconditional love for us, bringing those energies down to her, giving those energies to her too, so she can replenish herself. We thank you, Gaia. Bringing our energy up one more time through the rocks and dirt, through the multiple layers of the earth, bringing that energy back up into the ground, back up into your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Now moving deeper into the heart chakra. Going deeper into the heart chakra, the bridge. The bridge to our spirit guides, to the angels, to the archangels, to the transcendent masters, those of the highest frequency and vibration, those for our highest and greatest good, to be with us now according to God's divine will and plan, and so it is. We ask that you light our path and show us our way. We ask that you make yourselves known to us in a way we can understand. We ask for your protection and guidance as we move forth, and so it is. Let's just take a couple minutes and do a silent meditation, and then I'll pull you out.
So it's quite this is quite fascinating. This is I was looking at my shoulders and I could see the energy and the ah, I know she does
All right. Thank you. I do give freely. Let me close this out. Thank you. And I do give freely. So I wanted to put that out there. I do got a couple other surprises that I want to do since it's in the night. Now, as you know, in the past, I have been given do a divination. So I was going to do a quick divination. According to the Mayan calendar, according to the Mayan calendar, the date is 13 Batuns, 0 Katuns, 11 Tunes, 17 Unos, and 19 Kin. Kavak is the token date. The Habab date is 7 Sak. And so day 19, and this is the Totec. Oh, I'm not on here, am I? Sorry. I'm not sorry. So I am on here is the Totec Oracle. And so I'm going to give the divination. And the divination is Quack or rain. So this is the B for today, Thursday. In the Mayan calendar is day 19. This is the card, which comes from one of the codices. And so the ancient Toltec was one of the best examples of this perceptions of the world of nature as sacred. If we in our modern world had the same respect and love for nature and our climate, without a doubt, our forests and other natural resources wouldn't be so endangered and diminished as they are now. The border meaning of Kwato is the action of nurturing or fertilizing, something that will bear fruit for the future harvest. This card tells you that your dream is getting closer, but the seeds of your dream need your nurturing actions to achieve their destiny. At the moment, you may experience some anxiety about the results you want to achieve, but everything is a process, and one stage cannot happen before the previous stage has never been completed. This means that there is no harvest without the previous planting of the seed and watering of the land. You need the spiritual power of the rain to do this in your life. Start by being aware that you've already planted the seeds of what you are striving for. You have made some progress already, but those seeds need to be nurtured nurtured so they can grow and yield their fruit in the future harvest. The message of Kuato is about watering, but also about timing. Don't make the mistake of judging your own results. Loud. By what you are seeing at this moment. So don't make the mistakes of by judging your results by what you are seeing at this moment, because your process is not completed. While the time of the harvest is getting closer, it has not yet arrived. Do not think you have failed, but do know that you will fail if you don't take care of following up on what your dream or project. As a deeper level, this card is telling you that you have within yourself the power to nurture. Perhaps you are not acknowledging it and using it in the way that it is needed. By imitating Coacto, the day of the rain, you have the life energy that is needed for everything to grow. Don't be shy or underestimate your power. Identify what your seeds are and what is your terrain you have planted. Then let your energy flow through your appropriate time so you can have a rich harvest. Used to be a color in here, but maybe not. Maybe it's some other cards that show the color of the day. So now also, while the timing of this is so great, one thing that you're probably seeing, and if you look at your trees and if you have, in your crib, if you or even no matter where you live, like if you have trees around, make sure you thank the trees for holding the squirrels, because you're going to start seeing the squirrel nest. You're going to start seeing the squirrel's nest all around you. And like I go to the park, when I walk around, and my wife says she saw people doing it too, and I saw a guy do it in front of me, because I touch like the park I walk is about a mile, so I do it a couple times to make it 3 miles, and I started touching several trees. There's about 10 trees I touch, and then at the end there's a big oak that I touch. And it's interesting, the tree can really take you. I mean, it's a nice little thing, especially after that walk and I put both my hands on the tree. I really get deep into the essence of the tree. And it's an exchange of energy. It's no vampirism, it's exchange. I give the tree energy, the tree gives me back energy. And that's why I walk around it, and the tree, and I have a special feel with nature and being able to communicate, but it's squirrels running all around me. And so, right now, my point is, and how this card relates is the squirrels are getting ready because they see the trees are about to sleep. So the squirrels, you're starting to see their nest pop up. And in their nest, they put a bunch of, food up in their nest. And remember, the food might have to last them all winter. And so they're busy, collecting for the future. They're building their plan of having enough food and, having a proper shelter and enough food in the shelter to last until, the snows break again. And so that's what this card is saying is anything you've planted, you have to, you have to take care of your idea. You have to water your idea. Think about it. I think I need to water my plants. But you have to water your idea to keep it. Like that's what it says, nurture. And this is the time of year where you nurture things, preparing for the wintertime. And that can mean you don't want to winterize your car. If you got to do winterized things around your crib, some people put plastic around the windows if you've got an older crib. Make sure your insulation is tight. Make sure all your air filters, if you have a humidifier on your shit, make sure all these things are tight for the winter coming. And so that's why this card is a perfect example and a good timing to, think about what's coming, what's coming. If you need to rotate your tires, these are things that, should have get perfect consideration. Because these things are coming in and you have to prepare for them coming. Now in the Midwest, they say it's really going to be snowy because we're under a La Nina instead of El Nino. I think last year we had an El Nino where it was drier. This year it's supposed to be wetter and a little colder in the Midwest. The South is supposed to be a little hotter. So, you prepare a little differently. And it's just like people that just went through this big storm that, didn't anticipate it. That's why it's like, I remember looking at a house in Michigan and it was on Storm Alley, they called it. And this house, had a generator. And for those of you, that you might need a generator,
to hook it up and keep power. Sorry. So these are things that, you should consider. These are things that help you prepare for the coming time. So just something to think about. That's all. Just something to think about. Hmm. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate her. I don't know if she has a new channel. I don't know. I know she was going to do a channel, but I haven't talked to her in a few years. We dated for about 6 months. I've told the story before. And then she hasn't made any gesture to me that she minds that I show this, because this has to be from 21, I'm guessing. It's 2 or 3 years old. The original show we did, I was still living in my apartment at the time. So yeah, she's very good. She's very good. I know she holds classes with people and stuff, but I don't have her information to give out. Maybe I'll go back to the original show and see if she gives out any information, because she's really, really, really cool in those regards. And can't say we're friends. It wasn't one of them kind of things where we stayed friends. It was kind of thing when it's over, it's over. Hmm. I hope she's in a good place. And as you see, I'm in a good place, and I'm joyful in my life. I've had a lot of positive things happen, and I'm trying to nurture my positive things, if you can dig it. But, I give freely, and I like to give these little things out, these spiritual things out. That's why when I start, I always, this big bowl of mine. I'm not going to ring it. I'm not going to ring it because it's kind of, well, let's see. Let's see if I can get a not so loud. All right, I can't hold it too long. My rotator cuff is still torn. But and that's one of my favorite things is that bowl. I got some smaller bowls too. And that's one of my favorite things. I meditated with it all the time. Daily. I meditated with it daily. After I go for my walk, come back and take my shower. First thing I do is I meditate. And it got, like here's my skull, and my skull I travel with this. And it took me deep the other day. It's like really took me deep. Now, when I went to Myrtle Beach, I pushed this in the ocean and I buried it in the sand. And so this is my travel buddy. It's been with me. Was made in China. It's obsidian, and it's been to Michigan with me several times. It was in the Indiana. It's went through Wisconsin, and this is my protection when I travel. I take this with me. So. And skull energy, like all crystals aren't connected. Like this crystal's not really connected to any other crystal. Skulls are different. Skulls are one of the type of crystals that are connected to all the skulls. And there is something that is in my house where I'm going when I pass called the Skull Library. And this skull and my other skulls help me go there, where it's a part of my house now. It's somewhere I can go, and the fractals are so deep that it's like that was the first thing when I went. It's a keeper too. It's the Skull Library has a keeper, and he gave me some deep fractals. It's like these are for you. And so as you see the pictures of the omen and all the omen or omic commercially, they always are carrying a bag. Well, that's what you want. Just like if you look at the Fool in the tarot cards, the Fool has a bag.
And that's, James Brown says, Papa got a brand new bag. And this is just one of many things that you put in your bag. And so those tools and those fractals I got from the skull keeper, I guess is the only way I can say is putting things in my bag, and so skull, this is a deeper way to meditate. Again, I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just saying what I use. I have 8 or 9 skulls, I think. This is my biggest one, but it is a really keen type of energy. Yeah, I guess that's all I can really say about it. And really the way to tap into it is kind of like a hat. That's the easiest. Like if you was to get a skull, to me, the easiest way to tap into it when you start off is like imagining the skull being a hat and you put on the hat and then you go from there. That's to me the easiest way. And like I call this skull, skulls want names or they'll tell you their names. And this one is Chairman Fred. He ain't really told me his name, but that's the name I gave it. Because if they don't tell you what they want to be called, then you just give it a name. And so that's Chairman Fred. Now I've got other skulls. I'm like, what you want to be called? And they tell me, they like, I got one skull called Jeffrey up there. And it's like one called Vincent. I mean, I was like, what you want to be called? And then I meditate and they tell me what they want to be called. So if they don't tell me, then I give them names. So it's nothing spooky or creepy. It's a great time of year. As I said, the veil kind of thins this time of year for those of you that want to be a little more spiritual. This is a great time of year to be spiritual. It's a lot of energy. And then those of you that really are into, or want to get in contact with ancestors, or loved ones that's passed, this is a nice time of year, as I was saying last night, and I've said many times before, is, if you have an altar, even if you put a temporary altar up because of this time of year, it's a great time to do it. And, you put their favorite thing, it'd be what wine they drink, what candy they like, if you have their pictures up. And it's a great time to put a little altar up for them. And this is a great time of telling them how much you appreciate them when they were here and that you still think about them, and so it's a great time for that. So, that's part of what this time of year is. Right now we're, and then going into next month, we see, where the things die and then in the spring things come back up. So that's why, one thing that's a giant spell against us is putting the first of the year in January makes no sense. That's not the cycle of the year. The first of the year, I always thought really the first of the year should be, I always looked at the school because that's the business, the business calendar is pretty much September. But really the way the Mayan do it is in March. You have a new Mayan calendar starts in March and you have a new one that starts in May because there's 3 main calendars that I just told out. And so most start in the spring, and that's when life comes back. You have the death, and that's a curse they put on us, is they put the death. And those of you, I had this since I, like those of you that listened to Jaguar Wright on the other day on Corey Holcomb's show, she said something very deep. She said that music is a spell, and anytime you hear it more than 3 times, like you hear something 3 times, what's the one? Fiend, 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 fiend. That's a spell against you, and it's catchy and you get to saying it, but you hear this repetitive, it's a spell. English is very much a spell language. And so when you hear that fiend, fiend, that's what they're telling you are, that you're a fiend. You dig? And so you be careful, when you listen to this kind of music, be careful about it, because the repetition is trying to, go into your subconscious and do something to you, something that you're not even aware is being done to you. So, and there's good love music, a good, again, I'm not saying all music is like that, but a lot of music, on Capitol Hill saying, die motherfucker still. I mean, it's some rough type of music. Captain Skull. But yeah, this is Chairman Fred, named after Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton was later looked at as a chairman, like Chairman Mao. So before he was killed, murdered by the Chicago State Trooper and FBI, people were calling him Chairman Fred. So that's why I call the skull Chairman Fred.
as a tribute to Fred Hampton, who was a very beautiful man, very intelligent man for his age, and was very threatening to the system. So the system, didn't want him to be a martyr, which, kind of when you get killed, you kind of become a martyr, but they didn't want him to be the black messiah that J. Edgar Hoover feared, and still that's today. They want to make sure. That's why you have Jesse Jackson, you have Crump, you have Al Sharpton. They don't want the rise of a melanated messiah. They don't want everyone to kind of just, and it's like what was done with King. Despite King being an agent, he put a unity that really hadn't been seen, where he put the people in the streets. Now that didn't work in the North because they was trying to throw bottles and rocks at you. But in the South, it was like, as long as we're together, they can't murder us. If we come as a strong, peaceful contingent, they can't murk us. Because that's really the only reason the South took over was violence. Like and that's why I said over and over again, the real harm that came to us was Jim Crow and not really slavery. And so if this government and this country owes melanated people anything, it's from Jim Crow, and the way we were treated and murdered, land taken away was in Jim Crow. That's when we were harmed the most, from 1890s to 1960. And then, what's so sad about our condition is anytime we thrive, they burn our cities down. So they didn't want us to be part of their cities, but when we would thrive, they would burn our cities down. And then when we try to do their election process, their electoral process, they do what they did in Wilmington. When we vote our people in Wilmington, they overthrew the place and murdered a bunch of people. And that's why, you can vote for who you want to, but keep this in mind. The majority of wars in America, and I said this last night, but I'm going to say it again. The majority of wars in America, World War I was Woodrow Wilson, which they did draft people, and that was a Democrat. World War II was Roosevelt, who was president 4 times, and again, a Democrat. We have Kennedy, a bootlegger's son, a bootlegger, Some say they are even Rothschilds, but you had Kennedy and Johnson that put us deep in Vietnam, and let me say Truman put us in Korea. Now the Republicans that put wars was Bush, Clinton, Bush 1 and Clinton, and Bush 3, Bush 2. They put us in Afghanistan, and they put us in Iraq. They lied about weapons of mass destruction, which there were none. I'm going to get one of those skulls. You think Obsidian is the best to get? I'll say, like, to get a cheaper one that's big, if you want a big one, because I think this skull was roughly maybe $60 a few years ago. Here, just give me a second. They come in different kind of prices. This is quartz. This is a quartz skull, and this is called a universal skull because the top isn't on. It just has the crystals. And I think this was like $20, but this is smoky quartz. This is smoky quartz. And I forget this one's name. This is azurite. Moss azurite. This is azurite, which is the same as inside my bowl. This goes with my bowl, but this is the same material. And this was probably less than $10, probably. And finally, this is called Unikite. This is easy to get in Michigan. This is Unikite. It's got a little amethyst in it. And so, it's like, go look at a bunch of them
If you have a crystal store, and sometimes you can even look at them online and they kind of it resonate with you, especially if it's the crystal you can buy. Sometimes you can just look at them online if it resonates with you. So you just have to look at what resonates with you. That's the easiest way to see. Quartz is very cheap. Again, these little ones universally are pretty cheap. And there's, a ton of material you can get these out of. You can get amethyst, tiger's eyes. So it's a lot of other materials. And to say one's better than the other, it's really what appeals to you. That's the best way I can put it. Whatever appeals to you. But this kind of material for this size, might even be cheaper than $60 now. Might even be cheaper. I think this one I paid 20-ish, maybe $20 for this one. Again, I've had these I've had these skulls for almost 9-10 years. Most all of them I've had 9-10 years. And skulls, and this is what's interesting about skulls, is skulls are American thing. Skulls, the first time they found skulls was in South America. When they went to Montezuma and took his stuff, the first time they find scrying mirrors and they found the crystal skulls, which was they said there were 13. Now I've told the story before. One of the first shows I did with Sly, he was asking me about what a time crystal is, and what a time crystal is it repeats itself over and over again. Well, the first time I ever came across the time crystal was when they were able to have all the 13 crystal skulls together. That created a time crystal because it could make the crystal skulls would repeat themselves and put you in a loop where it would give you unlimited energy and keep repeating itself and keep giving you unlimited energy. But they found, like right now, Montezuma's crystal skull is in the British Museum. And the original skulls are found all over. And the interesting thing is they can't tell you how old they are. There's one crystal skull where the jaw is separate. So you have to put them together, and you can buy them like this too, but you have to put the jaw together, and that skull sings, chatters, and they can't tell you how it's made. So skulls are very much an American thing. Now, granted, South America, but still American thing. America's was the first ones that they found that made skulls made out of different materials. And again, the crystal skulls were first found in America. And scrying mirror and crystal balls the same way. Like most people look at crystal balls and think it's a gypsy thing. It's not. It's an American thing. Crystal balls come from America. And, the first two people that tried to crack them was John Dee, the original 007. That's where they get, in the first spy, he was Queen Elizabeth's spy, is John Dee. And then he had a dude named Kelly. Kelly claimed that he can scry. He claimed he could communicate with the skulls, and he could communicate with the crystal balls. So, oh, you wear tiger's eye. Yeah, and I mentioned it because I'm looking down at some. And tiger's eye is a great thing when you travel. It's a great travel crystal. But yeah, it's a great crystal to carry. And this is my tiger's eye. Yeah. And I've got everything. Azurite. You like the blues. Now, Brother Sean, he sent me a very beautiful piece of this greenstone. He sent me a necklace of greenstone, and this is what they have down in New Zealand. This is their natural rock. And the two oldest rocks on Earth is Numite, Shungite, and greenstone. They're the three oldest rocks on this Earth. And we know, Shungite, I don't have any Numite near me, but Shungite, this stone was once alive. It's like the time, one of my prayers is the time when rocks were soft and alive. Oxygen made these rocks hard. But before that, these rocks were alive and had consciousness. And that's why, Shungite is such a great healing stone, because it has what's called fullerness, which connects the inorganic to the organic. And so, great healing. That's why I drink Shungite water every day. I carry a Shungite wand with me everywhere I go. And then I have a chip of a palm stone of this charite that comes out of Russia. And I said, and I've told last night, this gives me a remote view.
remote view and czar travel, and it helps with my time control too. I have time control, which comes in very handy. It's several times I should have ran into the back of the cars, and these things, these things kind of like give me that little replayer. It gives me those extra seconds back, not to run the fuck into somebody because I wasn't paying attention. So. And the skulls are interesting because I used to the directions every day, and I don't know, like it's a color every day, and I got to look at which one of my I know which my buy-in cards shows the color every day, because every day is a color. When you go through the progressions, there's a color every day too, and so a lot of people, there's colors of the day, and if you wear those colors, the odds of your success is enhanced. And some radio stations tell you, what colors is of the day, but there's colors to wear every day too, of your chance of whatever you're trying to do to be more successful, to have your day go smoother, and I'm sure you have things that you like naturally, and you like, I'm gonna do this, like a power suit, for a man or woman. It's a certain suit if you're interviewing or you're giving a presentation, you have a power suit you want to wear. I mean, it's that kind of thing almost. So, that's why divinity has a lot of different layers, you know. And so, well, I think I did take my pills. Yeah, I took them. So I know I'm going to get sleepy. I take melatonin to help sleep. So this was my November hunter moon. Tonight was the super hunter moon. And as I said before, the energy goes 4 days before the full moon, and then it's going to be 4 days after. Because we are in some kind of, I don't know if it's solar flares, but the energy is going to go through the 31st. So really spiritual time. My skulls will be with the chat and give us a clear mind. May the skulls be with the chat and give us all a clear mind. Indeed. And that's why I give freely. I don't be on here asking for donations and stuff. I got it. It's like I just share what I can, and it's however you want to take it. I give freely to you. And I don't do anything to get anything. I just do it. Like when I do that, and even when I play the little sounds, I used to go through a thing where I play a bunch of sounds, but I try to cut down my introduction to 10 minutes. So, I don't play the full sounds like I used to. But again, you could rewind back and forth when you hear me play my big bowl, or even when I played it tonight. That's something you can run back and forth, and that bowl will get inside of you. Again, one time I hit that bowl and it knocked me out of, it literally knocked me out of my body. I like in Doctor Strange when the weight the ancient one hit him and he actually goes out of his body. I've had that bowl do that to me. I hit it one time and it pushed me right out of my body. So, and I've been working with these crystals since my daughter was 3. So, well, actually, it goes back. My grandmother started giving me polished stones. She started dealing with people from Arizona and getting and I wore a fire agate for years, and I have a fire agate. I have a silver fire agate. I need to get it resized. And then I've got my big piece of amber here. This was my grandmother's too. I've got to get it probably sized a little bigger. Get some extra silver put in here and make it bigger. But this is a big ass piece of amber. So, well, I've been going 2.5 hours. That's probably more than long enough to keep anybody's attention. I'll be back Sunday night unless I feel inspired tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna stay up that late. What time is it? Almost okay. They tell me I need to get more sleep, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So maybe if I feel inspired tomorrow, I'll come on by. But if not, I'll definitely be back on Sunday, to do recap of the scores. So what do they say? Assalamu alaikum. May peace be on to you. What does it say? Trying to be, what does it say? I keep forgetting it. Trying to be real compared to what? Trying to be real compared to what? This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I've been your host, Big Pontiac, definitely until we meet again. Thank you. Ooh.